Hello, everyone. I would just like to ask you if you have encountered a word that you haven't heard before or you don't know its meaning. Isn't it difficult to find out its meaning even without the use of dictionary? Actually, you can through the use of context clues. Yes, you heard it right. You can actually find the meaning of unfamiliar words even without looking for its meaning using dictionary. Come on, just sit back, relax, and learn new things about English 8. I am Maviki, your English teacher, and I'm very much ready to bring you to another dimensions of learning English. Do you know who Sherlock Holmes is? Have you heard of his name before? Now I'll give you a clue. He is a fictional detective or private detective created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yes, he is a British author. Now, I want you to become a detective like him, like Sherlock. Let's find the clue words in the given sentence. Now, let's have the clue number one. So, it is what we call definition clue. So, it is being defined as the author defines or explains the meaning of the word in the sentence. Again, defines and explains, or explains rather. I'll give you the example for you to better understand what this is all about. Okay? Let's have the example. The explorers landed in an alien environment, both foreign and strange to the homeland. What do you think is an unfamiliar word in the given sentence? That's correct. The unfamiliar word is alien. Now, I want you to find out the meaning even without looking in the dictionary. Okay? What do you think is the meaning of alien? That's correct. The meaning is also found there in the sentence. Foreign and strange. Okay? Because it defines or it explains. I hope you got it for the clue number one. Let's have another example for definition clue. I will give you some sentence for you to better understand what definition clue is all about. Let's have the first sentence. The arbitrator, the neutral person chosen to settle the dispute, arrived at her decision. Now, what do you think is the unfamiliar word in the given sentence? That's correct. The unfamiliar word is arbitrator. Okay, I want you to find out the meaning of arbitrator even without looking for its meaning in the dictionary. What do you think is the correct meaning of arbitrator? Is it a friend, a lawyer, an actor, or negotiator? Yes, you got it right. Very good. The correct answer is negotiator. Let's move on to the second example. Some spiders spin silk with tiny organs called spinnerets. What do you think is the correct meaning of the unfamiliar word? By the way, what is unfamiliar word in the given sentence? Yes, that's correct. Spinnerets is the unfamiliar word in the given sentence. What do you think is the meaning of this word? Is it a feet, a silk, an organ, or a fiber? Yes, the correct answer is organ, because that is the clue, with tiny organs called spinnerets. Now let's have another clue. Clue number two. It's what we call synonym clue. It's being defined as the author uses other words in the same sentence that have a similar meaning. Again, similar meaning, same. So I'd like to give you another example for this. The periphery or bank of the river was littered with container trash from the nearby factories. What do you think is the meaning of periphery? Mhm. Yes, the correct answer is bank of the river, or what we call edge or boundary. Okay, the other meaning or other similar term for that periphery is also included in the same sentence. Okay? I will give you another example for synonym clue. This is the first sentence. She was admired for her impeccable manners as well as her faultless taste in clothing. Now, what do you think is the unfamiliar word in the given sentence? Yes, you got it right again. The unfamiliar word is impeccable. Now, what do you think is the meaning of impeccable in this sentence? Is it bad, friendly, faulty, or flawless? Yes, the correct meaning is flawless because of the clue word that is faultless. Okay? Now let's move on to another sentence. It is important for a speaker to establish good rapport with the audience because the speaker and the audience will enjoy the experience more if a warm relationship has been developed. Again, it is being pronounced as rapport. What do you think is the correct meaning of rapport? A behavior, habits, relations, or business? That's correct. The correct meaning of rapport is relations. Okay, I hope you got it all. Let's have the clue number 3. It's what we call antonym clue. If we have the same meaning, which is synonym clue, we have antonym clue. It's the author uses a word nearly opposite in meaning, signaled by the keyword like whereas, unlike, or as opposed to. Okay, so let's have that example. In America, she is an eminent scientist even though she is virtually unknown in England. Now, what do you think is the meaning of eminent? Mhm. So, she is an eminent scientist. Although, or even though that's the key word, she is virtually unknown in England. So, we have two opposite or opposing words that is eminent and unknown. Now, if they are opposite in meaning or they are what we call antonym, what do you think is the meaning of eminent? That is correct. The meaning of eminent is well known. That is opposite to the word unknown. Okay? That is very easy, right? I'll give you another example for the antonym clue. So this is the sentence. Phil started the long distance race full of strength, but after about 8 miles, he was enervated by the hot sun and had to drop out. What do you think is the unfamiliar word in the given sentence? That is correct. Enervated. Now, I want you to find out the meaning of the word enervated or enervate. Is it angry? Is it weakened? Is it energized or resentful? That's correct. The meaning of enervated is weakened. Why? Because we have the clue there that at the beginning he was full of strength, but then because of the hot sun, he has to drop out. He became weakened, okay, or enervated. All right, let's have another sentence. Both of them stood trial, but one was found guilty and sent to prison while the other was acquitted or acquitted. What do you think is the meaning of acquitted? A. Charged, fined, declared innocent, or embarrassed. Alright, that's correct. Correct meaning is declared innocent. Okay, because the first statement or idea, one was found guilty and sent to prison. And then it is contrasting to the second or to the latter idea, which is acquitted. Okay, so I hope you got it all. I hope you got it for the antonym clue. Let's have another clue. Clue number 4. It's what we call example clue. The author gives an example of the word in the same sentence or in the following one. Okay, I'll give you an example. The bird's appetite is voracious. And in one day, he ate enough worms to equal 3 times his body weight. Now, what do you think is the unfamiliar word in the given sentence? Correct, it's voracious. Now, what do you think is the meaning of voracious? According to the example, like in another day, he ate enough worm to equal 3 times his body weight. That is the example clue. Now, if we have this kind of example clue, now what do you think the meaning of voracious? Correct, greedy or uncontrolled. He wants to eat all or everything. Okay, that's all. I'd like to give you another example for example clue. The professor was famous for his sagacity. He was known to use his experience, insight, and common sense to help students pursue their education. Okay, it's obvious that the unfamiliar word is sagacity. Now, what do you think is the meaning of sagacity? A. Silliness, thoughtfulness or thoughtfulness, wisdom, or negligence. Of course, the meaning of sagacity is wisdom. I hope you have the sagacity, right? To speak up, to voice out what you feel. Let's have another example. Mr. Fry is an affable principal. He knows everybody's name. If we have a problem, talk to him. Now, what do you think is the meaning of this unfamiliar word? Affable, approachable, talkative, young, or sad? Of course, the meaning or the correct meaning is approachable because of the example. He knows everybody's name. If you have any problem, talk to him. So that is the example given so that we can infer that the meaning of affable is approachable. Okay? Let's have the last clue. That is clue number 5. It's inference clue. The definition of a word is not given. The reader can logically reason the meaning of a word using the information provided in the given sentence or the context. Okay, so you are the one who will infer or guess the meaning of unfamiliar word with a given clue, of course. This is the example. Maybe I'm foolish, but I was so incensed that Fred didn't invite me to his party that I haven't spoken to him in a month. Again, I'll read it again. Maybe I'm foolish, but I was so incensed that Fred didn't invite me to his party that I haven't spoken to him in a month. What do you think is the meaning of incensed? So, yes, based on the given sentence there, or the clue, Fred didn't invite me to his party. Okay? Or I haven't spoken to him in a month. So those are the clues that you can or that can help you to infer the meaning of this unfamiliar word. What do you think is the meaning of unfamiliar word? Okay, very good. The meaning of incensed may be very angry or enraged, right? Based on the given context. Okay, so I'd like to give another example for you to better understand what this is all about. Okay, there is a great disparity between rich and poor. What do you think is the meaning of disparity? Sameness, openness, difference, or oneness? Rich and poor, right? Total difference. Okay, the correct answer is difference. Okay, let's have the last example for this. Don't feel abashed when you make a mistake. Okay, so you have to think of your own meaning based on the given context. You have to infer or guess. Embarrassed, satisfied, determined, or welcome. Of course, the correct meaning is embarrassed. Don't feel embarrassed when you make a mistake. Okay, because mistake can also be improved next time. Okay, or can also be avoided. Alright? So I hope you learned something from this lesson. Congratulations! I hope you learned something from this lesson about context clues, and I hope that you will apply everything that you've learned about context clues to our activities or learning tasks. See you there! Bye-bye!